Hello there, my name is Naptimeshadows, and I'm going to be playing Slay the Spire. It is a pretty rad deck building game with very roguelite type features. I'm going to pick the Ironclad. As you can see here, I have played a fair amount of this character before, so hopefully I don't do too badly. Now, in my last run, I quit halfway through, so typically you'll get a bonus at the start of this, but I don't now because I quit. So essentially, you start with a fair amount of basic cards, and as time goes on, you get relics or cards. The Ironclad is really ideal for newer players because this relic here allows him to regenerate after combat. That makes mistakes a lot easier to come back from. Above each villain's head, villains or enemies or whatever, there's their intent. It basically just tells you if they're going to defend, if they're going to buff, if they're going to inflict a status effect, or whatever. He is going to buff himself and not attack me. So I'm just going to strike and use all of my 3 energy. If you see in the corner here, the cards have a matching energy cost, which allows you to balance your effectiveness with the cards you have. So now he has given himself a buff, so every turn he gains 3 strength, which is going to be a problem for me. Right now I have 80 health, and he's going to do 6 damage. I could just take this, but instead I'm going to defend. Defending gives you this value here, which effectively is like a damage reduction for this turn. After each turn, your damage reduction resets. Now I am going to use Bash, which inflicts vulnerable, meaning that anything I do to him this turn or next turn, for two turns, will do 50% more damage. Now I realize anyone seeing this has probably encountered this game before, so I'm probably saying a lot of rhetoric that everyone's already heard, everyone already knows about. But for those who haven't and somehow found me first, there's the basics. So, because he's vulnerable, even though I could just take 9 damage, I might be able to kill him. So, because he's vulnerable, that's 50% more damage for the rest of this turn only. So I could do 3 strikes at 9 damage each, it's 27 damage. So if I do that, instead of taking the 9 damage, I will kill him before he's able to do anything to me. And now I win. And now I'm back to full health because of my regeneration. I'm going to get 10 gold, and now I have a choice between different cards I can pick. I'm going to Armaments. When I use it, I gain damage reduction as well as can upgrade a card. Now I am going to go right through here because I want the most question marks. Question marks effectively can be any one of these type of encounters, but because, you know, it's not guaranteed to be combat, it could be something really good. Drinking water. If I do come off a little hoarse, I do apologize. For the past 3 days, I've been trying to get my audio stuff set up, so I've been recording just over and over again. Alright, so these guys, upon their initial attack, or initial being attacked, they will give themselves damage reduction. So, I'm just going to defend, so I only take 1 damage from him, and then I'm going to attack each of them. That way, next turn, their damage reduction will reset to nothing, and then I will be able to probably just kill them outright. I didn't get enough strikes to kill both of them, but I can kill one that would do the most damage, and then heal. So now I'll take 1 damage from him, but I'm still above 74 damage, so after the fight I will still regenerate to full health. He is going to buff himself, he's going to give himself more strength, so his attacks will hit harder, but I'm going to kill him. So this is a potion. Potions do different things. You can accumulate negative cards that kind of get in your way, and those are the statuses or curses that are spoken about in the tooltip there. I'm going to get Clash, which is a really good card. If you only have attacks in your hand, you can basically use it for free. So if you have a really offensive deck, then that will be a massive benefit. I don't want to get rid of any cards because I don't have any curses. I could transform a card, or I could upgrade a card in my deck. I'm going to do that. I'm going to upgrade Armaments. The basic Armaments gives 5 block and upgrades a single card. The upgraded Armaments will actually upgrade an entire hand for the rest of that combat. So if I have 4 other things in my hand, then all of those will become better. My defense will give me more damage reduction, my attacks will do more damage. So I'm going to do that. And those question marks, this is like a unique encounter to the question marks. So that's one of the reasons why those are my preferred method of approach, is because they can be good or they can be bad. Seems like we're getting a couple good ones. I can pray and upgrade a card. I'm tempted to go Clash. However, I think I should do a Defend. Just so that if I do need damage reduction in the future, I'm more likely to get better damage reduction. Yeah, see here, Defend is 8 instead of 5. The big guy here is going to split, which is fine. Wait, he's medium, never mind. There are bigger iterations that when they get half health, they do split. But he's already the smaller one, so he shouldn't. I'm going to... It's 12 damage, so block, and then I'm going to Clash on him and kill him outright, meaning all that defense is really unnecessary, but playing the defense allowed me to use the Clash. And now I'm just going to strike once, end my turn, and take no damage. Alright. He's going to do something to me that I'm not going to like. That's what the green swirl indicates. So I'm going to bash, and I'm going to strike. So now he's at 9 health, and I can probably kill him next round. The little status effect, it does not do damage. If it was going to actually do damage to me directly, it would have a different icon. So whenever that happens, it's fine to be as aggressive as possible. Yeah, see, he gave me wounds, which are effectively cards in my hand that just kind of get in my way. Clash, again, can only be played if I have nothing but attack cards. This is not an attack, it's a status. So certain cards, based on what you have in your hand, this would prevent me from playing. I am going to do Armaments, just for the sake of doing it. And now all of my cards are upgraded. However, I'm weakened, so I'm going to do 25% less damage. So, I can still kill him because my weakened and his vulnerable kind of cancel each other out, because he would take 50% more damage while I do 25% less. It's still a net gain. So these, even though they say they deal 6, see on the bottom now it's going to do 10. So he still dies. Gold Strength Potion. Strength again, it boosts your attack damage that you deal or receive from an enemy who has strength. Feel no pain. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 4 block. That one's pretty good, but I don't really have any exhaustible cards right now. Sword Boomerang, 3 damage to random enemy 3 times. So if you only have one enemy, it does 9 damage to that guy. That's just pretty great. I'm going to go Thunderclap, because I like to be able to deal vulnerable to all enemies. Now we're doing really good. I have basically full health. I'm going to go to an elite monster, which is significantly more difficult, but I get another relic afterwards. Here, this little gear, these guys are artifacts, so they actually will negate a debuff or a status effect that I inflict upon them, regardless of what it is. After that, they're able to be inflicted upon normally. So, at the risk of taking a bunch of damage this turn, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to Thunderclap, so I'll deal 4 damage, and then they all have that buff of theirs removed. Now the one closest to death is a 33. I'm going to use my remaining energy to bash him, I could. There's a strength potion. Yeah. I'll use the potion, so now I deal 2 more damage. So now bash will do 10 damage to him and make him vulnerable for the next turn. And that's it. Yes, now I have dazed cards. So effectively, when I draw them, they'll be in my hand, they'll get in my way. But afterwards, instead of going back in my deck like the wound did, they will basically be exhausted. They'll be permanently removed from the deck. They're going to do a lot of damage, and I don't want to take a lot of damage. So I'm going to defend, and then I'm going to do a clash because he's vulnerable. So I'm going to do 24 damage. He's actually going to kill him. Cool. That means that I'm going to take 1 damage. They're going to deal 16. I'm going to take 15. So that's about the best I can do this round. Alright, I'm going to do armaments. It does give me block, which I don't really need, but I do want to upgrade my strikes. Strike. And again, see the ethereal. That means it's going to be exhausted instead of going into my discard pile and then be recycled. It's just going to disappear. Considering all the different status effects in this game, Dazed is actually not that bad of one. The fact that it basically gets rid of itself at the end of a hand is pretty great. 6 damage to each. I can likely defend and kill this one here, so I'd only take 3 damage. Oh, I have a defend plus, so I could take no damage. So do that. And then deal 8. So I can't really do anything else this turn. It's kind of stinks that I'm wasting a vulnerable on him, but it did get rid of the other guy, so it's still worth doing. Alright. So he has 29 damage. And then he's going to deal 8 damage. I'm going to defend. And then I'm going to clash for 16. Can I kill him? Yes. I'm going to do 2 strikes. He's dead. Now I get a relic. The pair. My max HP is raised by 10. Not that great, considering the other things that are involved in this game. But it's better than nothing. So gold card. Cleave is nice. Damage to all enemies. I'm going to take Infernal Blade, simply because it can be any. It can be any attack in the whole game for free. Go to Campfire. So now I can either rest and regenerate HP if I was doing poorly. But I'm going to Smith and upgrade one of my cards. I'm going to upgrade Infernal Blade. So it does the same thing, but now it costs 0 energy, so it is truly free. And now we move on. This is going to hurt, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to be really aggressive and hope I get a relic quickly. So as I lose HP, the chance to find a relic here increases. So 2 is not bad. So now I start each combat with 1 more dexterity, which means when I block, I get an additional point of block or damage reduction from each card that I play. And now treasure chests, which is a guaranteed relic, or a calcum, is good. So if I do not play a block card at the end of a turn, I automatically generate 6 block, which is nice. I mean, the basic block is only 5, so it's actually better to not play those blocks to benefit from this. More of the curl up damage reduction guys. So for initially Infernal Blade, see what I get. Reckless Charge. I become vulnerable, which is not great. Don't think I'm going to play that. I think I'm going to defend, and then strike one of them to get rid of their block. Yeah, he has 7, so I'll get rid of that. Alright, I took no damage. That worked out really well. So, now they're trying to deal 13. I'm going to block for 9. I'm going to clash the guy with strength. That'll kill him. Kill that guy. Actually didn't need to play the block at all. Now I'm going to attack him, and I think he's going to do a debuff to me. I don't really know what it would be. Okay, so weakness. So I deal less damage. Alright, so armaments, just because. Defend, clash, and he's dead. Gold, dexterity potion. So I get 2 more block for the rest of the fight. Ooh. Okay, so Flame Barrier is great. You block, and additionally, every time you're attacked, they deal 4 damage. It's like a Thorns. Fire Breathing, for every single attack you play, you deal 1 damage. So if you have a lot of free things like Clash, or a lot of cheap things like Strike, you actually deal an additional however much damage. Exhume is really good if you have a lot of exhaustible cards, simply because you basically get a free pick to put them back in your hand. However, I'm going to go with Flame Barrier, simply because 1 card getting that much block is pretty great. 70 out of 90, I think it's pretty safe to do an upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade Flame Barrier, so it gives me more block and does more Thorns damage. Alright, so basic combat. This guy steals, which stinks. If I don't kill him in like 4 turns, he just runs away with whatever money he's able to take. I don't really need to armaments. Well, I guess if I armaments... I really don't need that much block. And I would rather armaments take 5 damage and deal a fair amount of damage to get rid of him faster. 4 damage. That's not bad. I forgot about the 1 point of dexterity I get from the smooth stone. Alright, so I will defend. Infernal Blade. Reckless Charge again? I just don't want it. Alright, so Clash. Strike. Strike. So he will be dead next turn. I will take a little bit of damage, but that's basically fine. Alright, so now he's trying to defend himself, and then if he wouldn't die now, then he would run away. So I'll strike, and he's dead. Alright, I get my gold that he stole, I get additional gold, and I get a card. Spot weakness is good. I like strength. Combust is okay. I don't like anything that really takes HP away systematically. I'll take spot weakness for free strength. I have a fair amount of money. I would like to go to the shop, so I'll go combat. Oh, great. Having a lot of little guys like this is a headache because I haven't taken anything that attacks everyone. Gonna defend. Let's see if I can kill this one. It may not have been the right choice, considering doing 12 damage to someone who's doing more damage to me would have been better. But it is what it is. Alright. That's a lot of damage. So I'm going to Flame Barrier, because that's only 18 damage. I would attack now, but I can't. So I might as well upgrade my defense for future turns. So now they'll do a significant amount of damage to themselves just by attacking me. Alright. Thunderclap is good. I don't have any strength potions or anything like that. A little Infernal Blade. There we go. I got Cleave. Free Cleave is good. They're all dead. Alright, money and cards. Another spot weakness. I could do that. Heavy Blade is also very good, because the strength bonus that I can get from potions or abilities is applied 3 times. So instead of getting +1, it's +3 or whatever. I'm gonna go Heavy Blade since I already have a spot weakness. Hopefully the shop has something phenomenal. Transmutation is fine. It's the anchor. Sorry, just came out with 10 block. That's pretty good. That's alright. Giria is dumb since I either want to upgrade cards or rest, but I can afford it anyway. So Kanai is really good. Every time I use 3 attacks in a single turn, I gain 1 dexterity, so my blocks become more and more effective over time. If I get that, I won't be able to get anything else. Intimidate is really good. I think I'm going to go cards. I'm going to go Intimidate and Finesse. Feel no pain is fine. And then I'm going to go Cleave and Pommel Strike, and that's it. So I got a lot for my deck. I did do a fair amount of growth there, even if I did kind of walk away from a really good relic. I'm going to upgrade. What does Thunderclap do? More damage. That's not very good. Spot weakness, an additional 4 strength. That's fine. Intimidate is 2 weak. That's really good. I think let's look at Finesse. 4 block, 1 card. I mean, card draw is great. I like card cycling, but 2 weak to all enemies is really great. And I still have fine health for the boss. I don't think I'm gonna have any issues, except that it's this guy. This guy is the worst. I'm going to Armaments. I think just Heavy Blade. I don't have any strength, anything. Right. That's it. Yeah, so really wish I would have gotten Intimidate off the bat, because 42 damage is rough. He is going to attack, so I will spot weakness, give myself some strength. I'm going to instead of defending now, I'm going to use a dexterity potion so that my defend is more effective. 1 more. Vulnerable's not really going to help. 9 damage, 10 damage. I'm going to use Cleave, and I'm just going to take a ton of damage and hopefully survive it. Okay, Finesse is good. Infernal Blade. Then I should have all attack cards, so I can Clash. Do I want to Bash? I should have bashed first. That way Clash would have done more damage. I will Bash. And then I'll Pommel Strike. Get a card, can't play it. Exhaust 1 card. Well, if I use it and get rid of either my strike or my defend, it's not going to do any damage, so there's no point in doing it. I'm probably going to die here. That's not great. Intimidate. Bash. Defend. I could be more aggressive, but I'd rather just not take any damage this turn. And hopefully that will benefit me later, having those couple more points of HP. Burns are not great. If they're in my hand when the turn ends, then I take damage. He's going to buff himself and set up damage reduction. So, I really want to play Clash though, so I might defend anyway. I'm going to defend, Clash, Strike Plus, Pommel Strike. Good. Enter. Alright, Heavy Blade is really good because this 3 strength is going to apply several times, which is why it says 29 off the bat, plus if I use it now it does 43 damage. However, I think a spot weakness first is good because now I have 6 strength, so now it's going to do 66 damage. It's not enough to kill him, but that is a lot of progress very quickly. I could just take 8 damage and do it, which I think is how I'm going to go. Yes, more burns. Thank you very much. Armaments plus. He's going to deal 8 damage. I have 8 block. I mean, it's not going to hurt to finesse. The armaments not really useful. I think just strike is that's going to go. Immolate is actually going to be really useful because the burns are a status. I can actually exhaust the burns and be able to use them against him to deal damage. So I'll take no damage, and hopefully I can heal him next round. Alright, so I do have a burn here. I could just strike, and that should be enough to kill him. That should be it. Yeah, first boss is down. Now I get gold, a block potion, which is good, gives me 12 damage reduction for a round, and I get to add a card. Fiendfire is okay. I don't really like anything that exhausts an entire hand, but it does have its place. I'm going to go Limit Break, since I do have things that can increase my strength. Being able to double it is great. Alright, now I get to pick a relic. Alright, so Velvet Choker, that's pretty good. However, I don't like anything that limits how many cards I can play per hand, since I do like to get into free cards like Clash and Anger and be really aggressive for, while defending with my energy. So I have in the past been really, really slowed down by Velvet Choker. Potions after every combat, that's fine, but I don't use potions quickly enough to really, benefit from that. Lizard Tail is great. Free resurrection when I die. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to proceed. Alright, the second map. That's going to be it. If you liked my very first video ever in the whole world, like, comment, subscribe, like everyone always says. That's it. I'll see you guys next time.